I just came back from a convention, which is why I look crazy right now. More specifically, the Pullman Geek Fest. And I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about my experience because I really hope that this is a thing that takes off. I hope this is a thing that is a thing for a long time, because this is actually the first year for this festival. It's put on by the guy who owns a local shop called The Inner Geek. The Inner Geek is my favorite place in Huntington. If I'm in town, you're probably going to find me at Inner Geek. It pretty much sells what the name implies: collectibles, books, comics, Funkos, you name it. And the owner of Inner Geek actually put on the Huntington Comic Con, which was there for a while. And I always went to it because I always had a fun time. There's a couple of vlogs that I've posted of me going there. A lot of my friends went, and I knew a lot of people who enjoyed that. Me personally, in my experience, I thought the convention did well for this area, but I understand that that's not probably enough to keep it going, just because it's just the area. Everyone's like, anime, I don't even know who anime is. I've never met that person. A lot of people here just don't get it, don't get the culture, do not interact with fandom, and unfortunately, it's very hard for these things to happen in this area. And so because the Comic-Con could no longer be functional, the owner of Inner Geek decided to do Geek Fest, which is essentially Comic-Con but on a much smaller scale. And I'm so glad that they tried to do something along the same lines, because I was super bummed that Comic-Con couldn't be a thing. I know my friends were. So this was a nice little rebound. I will say though, day one, I did not know what to expect. To Ithaca we come, baby.
Now Ithaca's waiting. You know I'm afraid of the water.
If somebody tells me open arms at this convention, the whole place gonna feel my wrath.
What was it? Oh, wait.
What?
She has just two.
What the hell? Who's with my wife?
Of bodies. Oh! I see us.
Okay, I made it. I parked. It's dark in here. I'm sorry. See, I came a little early. Not too much early. I'm like 10 minutes early. Just because I have zero idea how popular or not popular this event is going to be. It's the first one ever. I know the Comic Cons can get a little crowded for considering the source, considering the area. But it's dead in here, y'all. I think Odysseus is the first person to attend Geek Fest. I am the infamous Odysseus, and I'm the first person here. First time Odie's been early in his entire life. Anyways, I guess I gotta survey the area. I guess I just gotta see what's going on, but I mean, I see a couple of people coming in, but I don't know. I don't know. It's not looking good so far, but it is early, so maybe in the afternoon there'll be more. I really hope, because I love events like this, and I hope they do well. Swear to God, I think the gates of heaven just opened up. My God, those lights. I feel like iCarly. As I said before, considering this area, considering that this was the first time that this festival had happened, I had no idea how many people were going to be there. I will say that this is a free event. You didn't have to pay for a ticket. You just literally showed up because it was right in the middle of the street. I did show up early, just in case. I don't think I needed to, because in the morning times, both days, it started off pretty slow. But the setup was rather simple. Pullman Square really is a square. It's kind of the perfect location for this because it's very much boxed in. So you have all these vendors out on the street, which were a bunch of local artists, small businesses, and some were even there for charity, which is also nice. And I always love events like this. I always try to go support it when I can, because I love supporting small artists. And I spent a bunch of money there that I'm going to show you a haul of. And the vendors were essentially the main thing of this festival. There weren't any panels. There were 2 voice actors there. They were actually inside Inner Geek that you could go meet, and they would sign things. And I think there was 1 comic book person there, but there were only 3 guests. Most were vendors. And then on the first day, there was a cosplay contest, which I will put some footage up there.
Bad boys at? Where y'all hiding them?
I guess you could say this is the bitch hack for my napalm era.
Check for my napalm era.
Let's strike a pose for your audience.
What do you know about the Earth, you clod?
It actually reminded me a lot of the Mothman Festival, but on a much smaller scale. This is like a baby version of the Mothman Festival, where it's essentially just a bunch of people out on the street selling their wares. And much like the Mothman Festival, there were a lot of Mothman related items there. I think it's just the area. I think it's just West Virginia. If you're at a convention anywhere in the area, you are almost always going to see Mothman or some sort of cryptid. As someone from West Virginia, I often get asked, do West Virginians love Mothman as much as the tourists? Yes, if not more. We love the Mothman, and so you're always going to see Mothman at the local cons. But not like the Mothman Festival in that this is so much smaller. Mothman Festival, honestly, if you don't like crowds, don't go because it is so overcrowded. Honestly, Point Pleasant is a very small town, and it's not big enough for that big of a function. Mothman Festival has completely outgrown Point Pleasant. It's kind of insane, but we're not talking about Mothman Festival. We're talking about Geek Fest. And so in the square, you had the vendors set up, and then the inner geek was basically at the heart of the festival, because it's Geek Fest, obviously. So my friends and I were basically outside and then inside the stores, and you could just kind of vibe wherever you wanted. Here's a bunch of goofy clips that I took with my friends. Engineer Gobi, women in STEM. Did it go in the two? Oh no,
there she is.
Women in STEM.
Women in STEM.
I must get you in the vlog. You're beautiful. Oh, he smiled. Oh, he knows he's beautiful.
Kylie, no.
The wig has arrived. Oh. Doubling up. Mega cigarette.
The way the world is right now, I need it.
Now who's these divas?
I just found them.
Lobotomized Funko Pop. Shoo! When were you for weeks?
Right now.
Wow. This guy look like he's 3D printed.
He's so cute though.
Oh my god.
Oh god, there's Chucky.
Jenna Ortega beast over here. Jingo. How does Jenna Ortega taste? Whoa. Ain't no way. Oh hell no. La boo boo. Get it. I got hungry. Don't throw Athena. Athena.
I got her. If you miss,
Athena.
It gets stuck there forever.
do it again.
Throw her. Oh god.
Good catch.
We're good.
Can I throw it in a straight line?
Oh. There was a vendor though that was actually like a physical store in Pullman Square. They just had like a couple things out on a rack like outside in the street, right? I read those shirts and I thought I was like having a stroke. I thought I was having an aneurysm. I could not read. I was like, what does this mean? What are these shirts? It had to be NPC shirts. I don't know what's going on. IUB drug free.
IUB weed drug dash
What would you do if when you were okay? So he said
Have
yes,
you ever had a dream that you could do it?
I feel like I'm just flexing.
All your base are belong to us. Somebody set up the bomb. No, wait, somebody set up us the bomb.
Am I having a stroke? There's still time. There's still time.
There's still time. And that's it.
Wow. So day one concluded and my friends and I went to go get dinner as a family and we watched videos on the phone like a true iPad baby. And so then came day two, which is currently right now as I'm filming this, but day two. It is day two of Geek Fest. If you can't see, I am Clancy. I have the mask here, but it's like hot. I feel like this beanie is gonna be sufficient. But I brought it just in case. What do you think I am? You think I'm a noob to this? You think I came here to play around? You think I came here to play dress up and have fun with my friends? No, this is real. We gotta lock in. But yeah, day two, here we go. Once again, I was a little apprehensive, but for different reasons. I had no idea how popular day two would be. In all honesty, I thought it was going to be a flop. Because honestly, because there isn't so much to do at Geek Fest, you could really get things done in one day. Easily. At like 2 hours tops, truly. I was just there all day both days because I was helping out a friend who runs a booth there and it's just easy to have like a convenient like hangout spot. But really truly you don't need to be there all day, and it was also incredibly hot. That's one of the things about it being an outside convention. Weather was a little intense, at least for me. Then again, I was in it all day long, so I don't know, maybe I was just roasting. Day two was actually an hour shorter than day one, so I'm assuming that they even assumed that less people were going to be there Sunday. And once again, it started out like day one, but I think what hurt day two is the fact that we are in the Bible Belt. So everyone on Sunday is at church. And so after that church crowd came in, it really started to pick up. And honestly, I couldn't tell the difference between day one and day two. It was just as popular. And so I'm so glad that people showed up and showed out, and there were people there that enjoyed this event. As I said before, I hope this becomes a thing, which is kind of why I'm making the video, because I want people to know about it and get the word out there. And hopefully we can get Geek Fest up off its feet a little bit. Now, on to the things that I bought. First up are the mini figures. I got Wednesday, which I'm very excited for Wednesday season 2. Comes out this Wednesday, actually. And I got Caitlin Clark, because believe it or not, I'm kind of a sports fan now. Mac's mom made me this Winion for free because I cosplayed Odysseus on day one. If you don't know who Mac is one of my best friends, and she's been on this channel a couple times. So if you know, you know. Mac's mom made this, which is so cute. And he's a lotus eater. He's got a little flower on his head. I have these two pins. On Wednesdays, we wear black, and they didn't burn witches, they burned women. Which, by the way, I would love to go to Salem one day. It's on my bucket list. One day I'm gonna be there. There was one fellow there who had a Sleep Token shirt on, and I was like, hey, I like your shirt. And he starts digging in his bag, and he's like, in that case, I have something for you. He actually burned this in the wood himself, which is super cool. And he just gave this to me just because I liked his shirt. So that's rad. Always love trinkets, especially when it's Sleep Token. I have this assortment of 3D printed creatures. 3D printed things are just going to be a thing at conventions now. I don't know, it's a little oversaturated, but some of it's still cool. I have this little cat. He can actually stand up. I have an owl, because Athena, obviously. And I have this bat, who is very glittery, but I don't know how well that shows on camera. So there's one booth there that was selling a bunch of clay critters, and I saw these little snails with D20s as shells. And of course, being a Dungeons & Dragons nerd, I was like, I need one of those snails. Thing is, though, they got along a little too well, and I was like, I have to buy them both, they're in love. And the person running the booth was like, which two are in love? And I pointed them out, and she was like, okay, so I guess from now on, they are in love. Like, that's it. They're a couple. And so I was like, yes, they are. And in fact, they're also coming home with me. I'm buying them. I'm purchasing them, actually. And she's like, okay. And she handed them to me. She's like, enjoy your lovers. And so here you go. These are little clay snails. And they have little D20s on their back. This guy's a bard, I'm assuming. And here's the lady. She's also got a little D20, and she's got a little bow on her head. But look at them. I could not separate them. They're in love. They're in love, Your Honor. This was actually the only purchase I made at Inner Geek. You're gonna be looking at the Iliad and the Odyssey because I was cosplaying as Odysseus, and I bought this. I've also been trying to get more into reading. I mean, I feel like because I'm in grad school and working on my master's and potentially my PhD, like, I'm reading all the time, but I'm not really reading for fun, and I like reading for fun, and I'm trying to do more of that. And I'm super into mythology, and I thought this book was just really pretty, so I bought it. Now, there was one table there, Appalachia Hooked, who gave me this tote bag for free. This person is great at marketing, let me just say. There was so many like little things that as a psychology major, I was like, I know you're messing with me. I know you're just trying to make it look cute. So I'm like, aw, and then I have to buy it, and it worked. It absolutely worked. They had their little crochet kittens in a box. They had little baby chicks in a little egg carton. They even had this little station where you could pick out your little pet carrier and put little gravel rocks in and pick your little creature out. It was cute. It was very cute. But I bought this cat just because I really love the little pastel colors. And I bought this little Mothman who came in this little box, his little pet carrier. And it came with a bunch of stickers and also this little adoption certificate, which again, that's just like, it's cute. Little stuff like that can go a long way, and it can convince somebody to buy your stuff, which it worked on me. Another thing I bought was this little mystery pot from a taxidermy vendor. That was something I noticed a lot at this convention. There was a lot of taxidermy. I don't know if it's just the area or if that's something that's genuinely taking off. There was a trend of that, and I got this little pot that had little mystery trinkets in it. Here's footage of that. I bought this Mothman hat and this hat that has antlers on it. The person I bought these hats off of was probably one of my favorite vendors there, just because all of their stuff was cryptic related. I don't know if it's just because I'm from West Virginia, but I love the cryptid stuff. And when I bought those hats, the person was like, they fit your vibe so well. And I was like, I can't imagine why. Is it because I'm wearing entirely black and red? That's crazy. But yeah, they were super cool. I also have this little dish, which is actually a vinyl. They just melted the sides and then moved them up to make this little dish. I'm gonna put a bunch of like jewelry in it. There's a bunch of rings that's about to go in this thing. Everything else that I bought was just a massive amount of Pokemon cards. Wait, Rumi and Zoe. Wait, I have to go get a picture with them. Okay, let's go. Okay, we're gonna go hunt them down.
Let's go gambling!
Double hit! Let's go! Finally, my luck's turning around. Let's go! 2-1! That looked like the Squid Game cookie. I actually just posted a bunch of unedited footage from the Pokemon card unboxing on my Patreon, so if you want to go check that out, the link will be in the description. And so I'm not going to go through all of the cards because we'll be here forever again, but I'll show you some of the cool ones. So my friend who had a booth there is named Kylie, and I got this card from her friend who had a booth right behind us, also named Kylie. And Kylie drew that right on there. Isn't that cool? I also have this bad boy right here, Mint 9. Alright, here we go. That actually looks awful on camera a little bit. But that's one of my favorite Pokemon. I also bought these right here. I bought this one because it's blurry face colors, but it's actually for My Chemical Romance, which still works. I'm still a fan. And I have this one that says Clown. The person I bought these off of, I was walking past them. I had my hair braided and I had my beanie off, my hat off, and Clancy mask off. It was just my hair. And they were like, I love the way you did your hair today. It suits your face shape so well. And listen, if you're gonna compliment my face, I'm gonna buy something off of you. And I did. So yeah, that's been all of my purchases. That has been my experience at Geek Fest. If you are in the area next year, come check it out, for real. It's super fun. Honestly, because it was a rebound and because it had to be so downscaled from Comic-Con, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how this would go because the Huntington Comic Con is already so small. I was like, we are downsizing this small convention. What is this even going to be? So I was a little nervous, but I knew my friends were going to be there and I love my friends and I will find any excuse to hang out with them. So I was like, at the very least, I'll just hang out with my friend group for a weekend and that's not bad. But honestly, I had a lot of fun. I actually started to enjoy the fact that it was so much smaller. For one, it showcases the artists in a much better light. There's something to it that's less, like, commercially, I guess you could say. Because it was so small, it felt less overwhelming. And honestly, I talked to more people at this convention because there wasn't a lot of us. And it wasn't busy to the point that you couldn't talk to the booth next to you. You could easily stop and have a conversation with somebody if you like their cosplay or whatever it may be. So I found more of like a local sense of community than I find at some of the bigger conventions, which I was not expecting to find, but that was a pleasant surprise. So that has been Geek Fest. If you enjoyed the video, please hit like and subscribe to join the Groovy Graveyard. If you want to see all of the unedited footage, check out my Patreon. The link is in the description. Shout out to my patrons over on Patreon, actually. And I will see you in the next one.